Hi everyone, my name is Siddiqui. I am a voracious book reader, and today I'm going to talk to you about this really interesting book that I have begun reading, which is a part of a series. There are about a total of 7 books in this series, and no, it's not Harry Potter. This is these books are called the Clifton Chronicles by Jeffrey Archer. And back in 2023, I read a book from the series, which was the 5th book in the series. And I just picked up a random book at the book fair thinking that this is just an independent book by Jeffrey Archer. I read the story, it was very interesting, and then it ended on a cliffhanger. So that's when I went and started researching about the book, and I figured that this is part of a series and it's part of a 7 book series, and this is the 5th edition. So I wanted to read the other books, and then, but obviously, you're not really going to find books as per your choice at the book fair. You just have to pick random books. But I was eventually able to get the second part of the series, which I finished reading last year. So I probably have a review of it somewhere here. You can look for it. And that book is called The Sins of the Father, which I reviewed last year or the year before that, I'm not sure. But I did review it. So I finally got the chance of getting all the books in the order that they're meant to be read. And I have decided to read the books, even reread the books, so that I am revised of the story. And I began reading. So this week I began with the book, which I need to recall the name of it. Talk about old age. Okay. It's called Only Time Will Tell. So this is where the story begins of the entire Clifton and Barrington story with their grandfathers and then the main characters, and then the story is going to evolve, I think, to their children as well. I don't remember the 5th part right now, because right now I have just begun reading the first part, and I recall the 2 main characters, which is Harry Clifton and Emma Barrington. These are the only 2 people I remember from the stories that I've read previously. But I think I will have to reread the second part and the 5th part as well when I'm reading all of them in the order, so that I know the entire story. The thing about this book is that this too has ended on a cliffhanger, so I don't know what is going to happen again. And I think this is the general idea of the entire series, that every book ends in a cliffhanger where you want to read the next part. And I'm glad that I was not reading these books as they were being written, like in the case of Harry Potter, where I had to wait 2 years to find out what happened next. Fortunately, I have all the books together, so I can just read one part and then start the other one right away. So I don't have to wait to find out. The 5th book, I remember when I finished it and it ended in that question mark. I really wanted to know what happened next. And that's how I figured out that these books are a series, and I've just randomly picked up the 5th book. So I read the first book, the 5th book first, and the first book third. So stay tuned. I'm going to come back and tell you about this entire story. Very interesting British story, English story of British people. People from 2 different backgrounds, a very rich girl and a very poor guy, and how they get to meet, how they get involved with each other, and what happens next. Find out. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do that, because to know more about this story, you will want to come back and hear it from me. Do that. Come back. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.